Surf, sun, and sand. Great food, a Ferris wheel, rides, games, and fun, fun, fun. That's what's in store for you at the Misquamicut Fall Festival, September 17th, 18th, and 19th at Misquamicut State Beach. Entertainment all weekend long features local and national acts. The Misquamicut Fall Festival is a family-friendly event with carnival rides, magic shows, karate demos, arts and crafts, a food truck rodeo, chainsaw wood carving, and so much more. Go to MisquamiCutFestival.org for more information.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another FallFest preview. My name is Ben Barber. I'm your host for all of these previews for Misquamicut Beach. We are so excited about the return of FallFest. We usually have 2 festivals on the beach every single year, and for the past year and a half, we haven't had any. So we're excited to come back, and with these preview episodes this week, I thought, let's build it. And then I threw it all out and I said, let's just start with the main event. So today I am very excited. We have legendary rock guitarist Barry Goudreau. You know him from many, many bands, most famously, formerly of Boston. But let's get right to it. He's going to be there with Barry Goudreau's The Engine Room, and I'm so excited. Hi, Barry. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great.
It's so nice to meet you. Are you? We're very excited that you're coming to FallFest. I'm excited. We always get a great headline act for the Saturday show, and this year that is you and Engine Room. I'm excited. Have you ever been to Misquamicut?
I haven't. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent.
With the COVID, our band hasn't really done many dates, so this is like our 3rd show of this new season, new CD. So really looking forward to it.
Yes, excellent. We're looking forward to it too. Your new CD, I believe that you're talking about, would that be The Road?
That's The Road, yes.
Awesome. I listened to a little bit of that earlier today. You can get it at barrygoudreau.com. It's fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about what you're doing now and your history. Obviously, in the 70s, you were a guitarist for the band Boston. On their, you actually helped found the band Boston. Is that correct?
Well, Tom Scholz and I started working on demos way back in 1969. And, I introduced him to Brad Delp and to the band members. So, I was there from the beginning, the earliest demo sessions through the first 2 records.
Yeah. And those first 2 records, obviously, you have hits like More Than a Feeling, which is widely considered to be one of, if not the greatest rock song of all time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know that like Rolling Stone and stuff has put it on those lists, but I think, did it feel like when you were playing that song live, when you were recording that song, did it feel like this is something that people are going to remember forever? Or did it just feel like a hit? Did you know that it was going to be big?
Well, it took us so long to get signed to a record deal. Like I said, we started doing demos in 1969, and it wasn't until 1975 that we actually got signed for the first record to come out in 1976. So, and then when the record came out, things were happening so fast. There wasn't really a whole lot of time to think about it. I know when we came into a new city, when we were out on tour and we turned the radio on to the local FM station, it seemed like in the first 10 minutes, More Than a Feeling came on. So, we knew it was going to be a great hit song, but who knew that it would still be so popular 45 years later?
Yeah. Well, it's well deserved. And obviously, so it's been documented, and we don't have to get into that for this too much, but you left the band at the end of the 70s, early 80s, and then you've created several bands, and you continued to work for many years with Brad. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like continuing that relationship. And you introduced him to Tom, obviously. As you had said, you introduced him to Tom, and then the two of you did RTZ, Return to Zero, and you had some success with that. And then again in the 2000s, coming together as Delp and Goudreau. What was that relationship like?
Well, a lot of people don't realize, but Brad was actually my brother-in-law. My wife and his first wife were sisters, so Brad and I were in-laws, and we both had kids, and our kids grew up together, and we spent a lot of time together socially. We were very close, so the musical thing was just kind of a natural. I first met Brad back when I was in high school. He had a band, and the guitar player for the band decided he wanted to leave, but he didn't want to leave the band without another guitar player. So he brought me to the rehearsal and said, "Well, I'm going to be leaving the band, but I think Barry here will do a really good job replacing me." And I played a couple of songs, and one of the songs we played was "Communication Breakdown" by Led Zeppelin, which was new at the time, and I just could not believe how Brad sang that. It just was etched in my mind. Unfortunately, I didn't get the gig. They said, "Hey, we don't want you to leave. We don't want Barry. We want you to stay in the band." And he ended up staying in the band, and I didn't get the gig. But I remembered hearing Brad sing, and then later when we were doing the demo sessions, brought Brad in. And Brad and I, obviously we were around each other pretty much all the time, so the musical thing was just kind of a natural. And in the late 80s, after the Third Stage record that Boston did, Brad and I started writing songs together again, and after having a bunch of songs together, we decided, well, let's just go ahead and put a record out and have a band, and that became RTZ, or Return to Zero. And we did a record for Warner Brothers, and had a video on MTV, and went out on tour and did a bunch of dates to follow it up, and really was a great time. It turns out that two of the band members of RTZ, Brian Mason and Tim Archibald, are in my band now, and we've kind of kept that legacy going. I've been working with these guys now for 30 years, and just fantastic musicians, and we've got a really great band, really tight band. We have 3 women singing backup. We play some Boston material. We play songs from my solo record and Ryan the Hunter and RTZ, plus the new Engine Room material. And it's a great band. People are really gonna dig it.
It's a fantastic band. As usually happens when I do these interviews, I'm like, I'm gonna listen to a song, and then I if it's great, I end up, that's my whole day, and my whole day is gone, and all I've been doing is listening to your music all day, and it's fantastic.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And it's so tight is the right word. Like, it's so perfect, and the sort of the history of your musical journey in this entire, from Boston to Orion to RTZ to all the way to Engine Room, is that it's almost scientific. Like, it's the music is so, it's so good, and it's so, like, the both harmonies and the guitar, like, everything is perfect in the music, and it really works beautifully. Everything that you've ever done.
Oh, thank you. When we were putting this record together, I was kind of looking back at my influences before the first Boston record. So I was looking back to, Joe Walsh and James Gang and early Deep Purple, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And trying to get that early 70 vibe. And I think we really achieved it with this record. And I think people who enjoy classic rock really going to love this record, and they're really going to love the band.
Yeah, they every song sounds like a song that you would love and that you just haven't heard yet on the new stuff, and that's fantastic. Like it's you completely captured that, and of course you did, because especially the three of you being together for 30 years now, it is that, and it's perfect, and it's new, but it's that classic feeling that that you've been giving us since the 70s.
You nailed it.
Yes, thank you. So you're going to be here Saturday night in Misquamicut on the beach, which we are very, very excited about. What sort of what are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to? Have you ever been to a festival on the beach? I'm sure you have, but you're from the Northeast, I believe, right?
Yes, I still live right outside of Boston.
Awesome.
Right near the beach, actually.
There's if we, I don't know, like maybe the kids or grandkids, if they come down, the Ferris wheel overlooking the Atlantic Ocean is one of the coolest things in the world. So if there's any family members making the trek down with you, that's something that cannot be beat. Is and it's supposed to be beautiful weather this weekend, which is fantastic.
Yeah, looks good. Can't beat a nice warm day by the beach with some great classic rock music.
Is there a favorite song that or a handful of or an album that you wrote, or one of these incarnations of, I know that you've worked with Brian Mace on everything essentially since the 80s. Like, is there a collaboration? Is there an album or a song or something that really sticks out to you as where you felt like you were doing your best work, or it's the most nostalgic to look back on now?
Well, that's kind of like asking which of your children you like the best.
That was my next question, actually.
You really can't choose. But I've got to say that this new record I'm really excited about, and without tooting my own horn, so to speak,
No,
I
please
really
do.
think it's the best thing I've done outside of Boston. And Brian Mace produced this record for me, and he really did a fantastic job. And some of the records I did in the past, people would say, "Gee, and there's not that much lead guitar. There's not that much guitar on it." Well, this record has loads of lead guitar, loads of long solos, and we got the girls singing the backup. It's kind of reminiscent of Derek and the Dominoes kind of period. Really great stuff. I am so excited about this record, and we had most of it done before COVID hit, fortunately, and we were able to finish it, kind of over the phone and over the internet, and we did write and produce one song remotely during COVID, but the rest of it we did all, everybody in the same room, the way that we used to do it way back when. And really great record. I'm really, really proud of it. I think it's probably the best thing I've done.
Well, you should be. I loved it. I mean, it still is happening. Obviously, luckily there are things that have advanced and things that we can do. But how was living your entire life, for the majority of your life as a musician, going out and gigging, being in those rooms, recording with your friends and bandmates? What was it like having all of that time away during the quarantine of the last year and a half?
Oh, I tell you, it's been really tough. The last show that we had done with my band was New Year's Eve back in 2019, and our first date on this record, the first date we did since then, was the beginning of August. So I mean, it was really tough. Obviously I play guitar every day, and I keep my chops up, and we were recording and still playing, but, being in the same room with the other musicians and being live and being face to face, it's really where it's at. And, when we did that first date after so long, it felt like putting on a comfortable shoe. We just slid right into it, and it really felt great. And people say the band sounds the best we've ever been, and everybody's so excited to get back out and get in front of people again.
Well, we're excited to have you. We're honored to be one of your first stops coming out, since I don't want to say post-COVID, but in this,
we can only hope.
Exactly, we can only hope in this new hybrid living with it situation. And I just want to say thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you in person on Saturday and to see the Engine Room, which is again such a fantastic band. I just want to say, if you want to look at everything, a full catalog, all of the music, the videos, get the new album, The Road, all of that stuff, go to this address. I'm going to put it in I'm actually going to do better than just put it on the screen. I'm going to put it in the comments for you right now. So all you have to do is click on it.
Yeah, there's also Barry Goudreau's engineroom.com. So
all right, well, let's do that as well. Let me get there.
Either of those sites, and there's music, there's video, there's all sorts of stuff to check out.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to join us. You are a legend, and a
legend in my own mind.
You are a legend in the mind of everyone that's ever heard you. And your work will be remembered for generations and generations to come. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you, Ben. I'll see you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.
All right.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Barry Goudreau from Boston, and more importantly, from Barry Goudreau's Engine Room. They are going to be our headliners Saturday night, September 18th, this Saturday. I hope that you come down and check it out. Also that night, opening for him, we have Nick Bossy, who's a very, very, very popular local artist. We have Morgan Betancourt that day as well. We have the Magicians. We have the whole lineup. Sunday, we have the Classic Car Show. Come down and check out FallFest. We'll see you tomorrow with more previews.
Surf, sun, and sand. Great food, a Ferris wheel, rides, games, and fun, fun, fun. That's what's in store for you at the Mesquamacut Fall Festival, September 17th, 18th, and 19th at Mesquamacut State Beach. Entertainment all weekend long features local and national acts. The Mesquamacut Fall Festival is a family-friendly event with carnival rides, magic shows, karate demos, arts and crafts, a food truck rodeo, chainsaw wood carving, and so much more. Go to MesquamaCutFestival.org for more information.